Dre, back at you with another video. Today's video, basically just kind of want to talk about probably the rarest snake I have. Yeah, definitely the rarest snake I have. Not really a popular snake, at least not on Instagram, but the only colubrid I have, and I'm talking about my scaleless Texas rat snake. This is Cubert. For those that know me on Instagram, I refer to Instagram a lot of my YouTube videos, sorry, get over it. But for those that know me on Instagram, Cubert is the one that went missing for 2 weeks out of his enclosure, and he turned out in the closet. So, but basically, you know, there's just a lot of controversy around these guys, surprisingly, something I kind of didn't know before I got them. But I mean, there's a lot of controversy surrounding them, and there's really not a lot of information on the internet about these guys. So I just kind of wanted to talk about that a little bit. I mean, he's a cool snake. He does, you know, deserve his own video. So I figured, why not do one? So this is Cubert, and don't mind me. I'm trying to change him down a little bit. So I'm gonna basically, I have some notes written on my phone, and I wanted to kind of just go over some key points about these guys, more so facts and stuff like that. So once again, Cubert, hi people, Cubert people. Okay, now that we got that introduction out the way. So Cubert is obviously a colubrid. He's a scaleless Texas rat snake, which is, brings me to my first point. It is a mutation. So it's a mutation. A lot of people think it's a deformity, and it is in fact not a deformity. It is a mutation. Point number two, which is kind of cool about these guys, you can actually find scaleless snakes in the wild. The first scaleless snake was a garter snake, and it was discovered in 1942. So that's something a lot of people don't know. A lot of people think scaleless snakes are a man-made snake, and they're actually a real snake that you can find in the wild. So that's something that's definitely cool. That's something that I personally did not know. So it kind of makes, you know, owning these guys cool, because they're just now kind of becoming popular. You know, see my dog from the bottom of my video, whatever. I miss it. So, they are a very cool snake nonetheless. While I'm recording, just disrespectful. This is how disrespectful animals can be. But anyways, I normally don't allow him in here, but whatever. So, point number two, scaleless snakes actually can be found in a variety of ages. It was, when they were first discovered, thought that only juvenile snakes came in the scaleless form, which is in fact false. Now that we have them in captivity and we've been working with them for a while, they come in, you know, adult, baby, whatever, because obviously people have been throwing them out and they don't change. So that's also something else that's pretty cool. Better than he's probably the one that I have to not really worry about, but just kind of watch him, because he will bite if you give any chance. Point number three, scaleless snakes are not completely scaleless. Yes, they are not completely scaleless. So if you look at a scaleless snake, you can see they still have their ventral scales, and they also have their dorsal scales on the back. The ventral scales they need obviously for grip. So they're called scaleless snakes obviously because they don't have majority of their scales on their body. So that's where they get their name, but they are not 100% scaleless. A lot of people think they are, but they're not at all. Which is also something cool. They're scaleless, yet they're not completely scaleless, so they look kind of crazy. Like Cubert here has a mohawk of scale, literally from head to tail, and then he has, I don't know if you can see, a few scales really right on the front of his face. People think it's weird. It's fine, but I think it's pretty cool. Drop the phone. So, obviously, from what I just mentioned, they are pretty cool snakes. It's something different. I mean, even you know, a lot of people in the reptile community, a lot of them can't say that they own or have felt a scaleless snake. So that's definitely something cool about them. Like I said, they're becoming more and more popular. He's a great snake. I mean, he's a colubrid, so like I said, he still fight even. I mean, he's still very small. He still has a lot of so I'm still working with him on handleability and everything like that. And with these guys, what basically makes them scaleless, typical snake has their outer layer, which is basically referred to as a carrot. These guys do not have that. So a lot of people think that you have to hydrate these guys in a different way, which you don't. They get hydrated just fine, just off of misting. That's what I do for him, and I have no issues. So a lot of people think that just because they don't have that outer layer, that they can't absorb the water, which is what some snakes use, or what snakes use their scales for. They don't have scales, so a lot of people think that they get dehydrated quicker, but that has in fact not been proven for sure. They do not have any issues hydrating. So that's something cool. It's not the most interesting of snakes, like I said. A lot of people think they're weird looking, and hey, every snake needs a little love. And can't forget about my guy Hubert here. This is my guy. We don't see eye to eye all the time, but Hubert is my guy right here. He kind of stays tucked away in his enclosure up there. He kind of just does his own thing. But nonetheless, a very cool snake. So another point that I like to bring up, almost forgot. Another point that I like to bring up is basically, it was thought that being scaleless affects their survival, and in fact does not. Scaleless snakes are thriving in the wild just like any other snake. The fact that they don't have scales does not keep them from thriving. They still eat regularly, they still are hydrated regularly, and they eat just fine. So that's something, when they were first discovered, scientists apparently wanted to kind of look into, and they found that scaleless snakes survive perfectly fine in the wild. However, that is considered an inconclusive subject until more research is done. But for now, to human knowledge, scaleless snakes do just fine. And my last point, the very last point that I would like to go over is that not all, okay, let me rephrase that. Scaleless snakes come in a variety of species. They've been found in rat snakes. They've been found in now ball pythons. I don't know if ball pythons, well, yes, ball pythons can be found in the wild. Scaleless garter snakes, corn snakes can all be found in the scaleless morph, and they all can be found in the wild. So that's something that's definitely cool. Definitely different. I mean, you got all these different mutations and morphs of snakes, and there are colors out there, which is cool, but how many can say that they have a scaleless snake? I mean, that's just something you don't see every day. And for the people who already think snakes are freaky and weird and disgusting, this probably is going to make it 10 times worse, because I can tell you their skin feels a lot softer than ours. It's crazy. But that is Hubert. So that is all. I appreciate you guys watching as usual. Make sure you subscribe, like, drop a comment, hit that notification bell, and don't forget to follow me on Instagram. And I appreciate you guys' support. Thank you.